you can appreciate how the fascia lays the position, the location, and also how they connect with all the other soft tissue. So basically, they are the very thin, like woven structure between the muscle and the skin. So when we use this kind of instrument, we're not working on the muscle. Don't mix with all the other technique that you've worked on. It's not, I'm gonna go deep and scrape, and get the muscle moving. No, it's very light. We're working on that thin muscle. So can I borrow your arm?
Yes.
This is kind of like what we're doing. Just to separate the skin from the muscle. And we don't really need to touch the muscle layer, okay, or the structure, because we're trying to free up the structure around the muscle so they can slide freely like this way. Okay, so you don't want to apply more than 2 pounds of weight for all the area that you're working on. Okay. Second, because it's coming in all direction, when those fiber they form together, or they heal, or they get like tighten up or adhere, they don't always go like same thing with the muscle. So forget about the cross friction massage, because those are more for muscle. When you work on specific muscle group, you need to kind of like go in all direction. So not just one direction. So kind of go like a clock. You gotta go all directions. Okay. From 12 o'clock to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 11 o'clock, all directions, because they kind of lay kind of in all directions as well. Okay. And the benefit of this kind of instrument is to increase the range of motion, because they're after surgery or being immobile for a period of time, there's like restricted range of motion. So we want to increase that range of motion. And when the muscle is able to extend or stretch out and contract, they can improve muscle function, which is strength, okay? And also improve the circulation in the area, so it can improve the sensation. If someone has decreased the sensation, numbness because of lack of innervation, and you can kind of help to improve that circulation, improve the sensation, and also pain reception, because this can help to decrease the pain, improve the circulation, and then work on the nociceptor of the area, so it can definitely.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody like Cert, would that be beneficial because she doesn't have like that sensation like on her legs, or somebody like Kathy or Mary Ann who has like okay.
Yeah, so if it's peripheral,
right.
Due to lack of circulation, definitely you can kind of like it kind of improve the circulation in the area. Yeah, so when you do it have a little bit red rash there. The big term is called petechiae. Petechiae is kind of little red, like capillaries start to break, and you can see a little bit red right there, which you will see someone later. Okay, all right. So you gotta know what we're working on. What's the benefit? What can we achieve? Second, the mechanism, like we mentioned, the benefit of this, it kind of like causes a little bit like a micro trauma. I mean, with the micro trauma, it brings the body's own healing mechanism to start to be aware, oh, I got to send my troop there to fix the structure. So it will create a histamine reaction, and that's when all the red blood cell, white blood cell, the good stuff start to come in to fix the area.
Is that vasodilation or no?
Vasodilation, definitely. Okay. Yeah, because you cause a little bit histamine reaction. Okay. So the pore, like the osmosis start to interact. So that's what the histamine reaction is, because of the osmosis start. So the outside the troops start to come inside, in and out of the blood vessel. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily mean dilation or constriction. It's just like the permeability of the blood vessels start to change. And then so all the nutrients start to come out from your blood vessel to the surrounding area to fix the damaged tissue. Okay. So study has showed increased the fibroblast proliferation, collagen synthesis, which is for the rebuild, okay, the repair, maturation, and the remodeling of the unorganized collagen fiber matrix follow this. Yeah, the collagen fiber, when they heal, when the soft tissue, skin heal, the collagen fiber, they don't lay perfectly along the muscle direction. They also lay like randomly to the side, and it's up to us to do like massage or stretch to keep the one that we want and break the one that we don't want. So that's what the massage is on the scar tissue. Okay, and adhesion and fascial restrictions. Okay, and conditions that this can be used, you can see the list here. Pretty much all the pains, all the soft tissue, injury, damage, adhesions can be worked on, and also neuropathies, and also scar tissue, sprain, strain, all kinds of soft tissue injury. Okay, contraindication, you definitely don't want to do it on the open wounds or like bone issue, or like hematoma, which is like little bruise area. You don't want to work on that. Okay, precautions means you can do it, but you need to be very careful. So someone with blood thinner, you have to be very careful, much lighter with the force, and also burn scar, because they're extremely sensitive and they can easily get peeled off. Okay, so that's not something you can work on. Cancer patient, you have to be careful what kind of medicine they're taking. So just be more cautious. Definitely you can do it, but you have to be careful. Make sure that you're not causing any harm. Okay, inflammatory condition like active inflammation, we don't want to work on the area with active inflammation. Pregnancy, rheumatoid arthritis, those are like with active inflammation. If it's like in a chronic stage, yeah, you can work on that. But if it's like a red, inflamed, you definitely don't want to work on those. Okay, so those are the things that you can always keep in mind, and when you doubt, you can come ask me, should I use this instrument work on this patient or not? Okay, now when it comes to procedure, there are basically 6 steps. It's just like to improve and help to achieve your goals. First, we need to do examination, see which area has restriction, which area is restricted by the soft tissue instead of joint or other issue. Make sure that we work on the right target. Okay, and second, patient is recommended to warm up either with bike, either with a treadmill, a little bit aerobic exercises, or just like a walk, just to get the soft tissue warmed up, and so they can get it's easier to work on. And third, then you can start using the instrument. But when you do it on the patient, it's usually 30 to 60 degrees of the contact points. So this is 30 degree, and this is 60 degree. So don't go 90 degree, don't go flat. Okay, so between 30 to 60, that's the perfect. And you can see those on the video, it kind of like goes like down and then slide down like this. Okay, for each area you worked on, usually it's 40 to 120 seconds, which in average is 15 to 30 strokes. Okay, some say 15 to 20 strokes, kind of like this way, and that's enough. Okay, and it's gonna create a little bit rash there called petechiae, and that's all. If you continue to do it, you can cause bruise. We don't want that. Okay, remember we're working on the fascia, we're not working on the muscle or deeper layer of structure. Okay, and after that, it's been stretched out, you can continue to do the stretching. If your goal is to stretch out a muscle, say hamstring, okay? Several patients got tight hamstrings, so we can definitely use this technique on them. And after you finish, you do the stretching, okay? And if there's some weakness on the antagonist, then we definitely need to do the strengthening. Remember the analogy between the gas pedal and the brake. The body, if you want to work on the tightness of the biceps, you always can use strengthening exercise on the counterpart, which is the triceps. When you strengthen the triceps, the brain will tell the biceps to relax, to decrease that muscle tone. Okay, so that's another strategy. And after that, you can or you don't have to use a little bit cold pad just to calm the area down. Okay, but when you do that, don't go more than 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, you can change that to 15 minutes. It cools the area, causes vasoconstriction, but after you remove the cold pad, it becomes vasodilation. So that's what we want more circulation to the area. Okay, remember those things are very important. Okay, so when you use this is, you can see the two, there are two kinds. One is double bevel. This is double bevel, means like the edge is like this way, or single bevel like this one. So one side is flat and the other one goes down. Okay, that's single beveled tool. Double bevel tools is less intensive than single bevel. Okay, this is less intensive than this. Single bevel is more intense. Double is less intense. The contact area is a little bit less. Okay. And concave surface provide more contact surfaces and the less intense. Meaning this, the concave area is more close to, like, more matching the body contour, so it's less intensive. But once I found a bumpiness here on the area that I'm gonna work on, I'm gonna turn it and start to use the convex side to really get deeper and more force to really work on the area. Same thing with here, concave. I can kind of use this to scan the area. And oh, I found a bump right here. Now I'm gonna really work on that, use the concave first, and then later on I can use the convex to really get like close to the area. Smaller area, more force, like concentrate in one area. Okay, and application force should not be more than 2 pounds. 2 pounds is the maximum. Okay, 30 to 60 degrees of angle, just enough to generate histamine reactions, a little bit redness right there. Okay, and large tools provides more contact area. So with this, we can, okay, relax. And kind of like go like this, okay? So this for a larger area like this, and then we can use this to kind of like scan the area like this, even kind of go like this. And okay, I found like a bump right here, then I can use this edge to kind of like, you know, work on the area around it, okay? You can combine with the range of motion exercises. So what that means is if I'm working on the neck area, yes, the head can stay here and I can do it like this, okay? But if I'm working on the range of motion, the purpose of doing this is I want to improve the cervical range of motion. I can kind of like scrape down, hold here, and then have patient turn the opposite way. Okay, and then go down a little bit, work on this level. So the muscle, the fascia and the muscle is moving under the instrument. So that's another way to do it. Okay, this is like after you finish the movement with the instrument. Okay, and of course the third level, more aggressive, is to move opposite direction. So the head goes to opposite way, and I'm scraping to the opposite direction. So that's a little bit more aggressive, usually as more like higher level or less restriction. Not, you don't have to work on this very restricted fascia or soft tissue. Okay. And the fascia goes in all direction, so make sure that you're scraping in all directions. Okay. So let me quickly just demonstrate. Let me just use your arm a little bit. So we can use a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, just like this. That's enough. So kind of like this, and we can kind of go like this way. Okay. And this is pretty handy. So we can just like go scan first, see if we find any bumpiness here. Okay, there's a little bump right here. Bump, you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bump?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so that's what we're looking for. So once we identify, we can kind of start going this way. Okay, we can kind of go this way also. And now we kind of increase the mobility a little bit. I want to focus on that bumpiness here. So I can go like this way. And I can turn and go this way as well. The force definitely doesn't have to be very strong. And now I can use this. I really want to get a specific spot. And that's, for example, you find a bump on the neck or shoulder area, you want to really work on it. Okay, and the contour of this is to fit all kinds of shape or location this way. So this, you can see, it kind of match the contour a little bit, even for the Corbin's tenosynovitis. This is the area, and also this can be used on the heel for plantar fasciitis. Yeah. So if the skin is actually doing okay without too much redness, we can start to increase the force a little bit, but do no harm, okay? Yeah, and you can see a little bit redness here, so that's called petechiae, okay? Of course, you can use this if it's on the thigh or a large area, but this is like too big for the arm. But for the leg, we can kind of go like this way, or this way, like this. Same mechanism, okay, same angle. Okay, this is a good example of single bevel surface. This one is flat, but this one is a little bit with a little bit angle there.
Okay.
Okay.
So with like larger surface area, let's say like the quad, if they're lying supine, do you want the leg all the way flat or do you want it bent? Because I've seen both.
Yeah, you can do both.
Both? Okay.
You can mix with the range of motion.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And this one, same thing. This one's probably 4 fingers. Yeah, for the hand, smaller area. Okay. And this one, another way to do it is kind of doing like scan fanning. So, are you still videotaping?
Yes,
Okay. So it's called fanning motion. It's not always like straight up, straight down. You can kind of like go like this.
Oh.
And with this, same thing. This is called fanning. Okay, so you can go this direction, change, fanning. And this tool is like specific design for fanning.
Oh,
yeah,
you
with
can
this.
feel that difference.
Yeah, like this one. So if you can use this on the lower back or smaller area like this. And when you use this kind of tool, the pointy side usually almost is facing up, which is more mechanically advantage when this is facing up. When it goes down, it just doesn't work well. Yeah, so the pointy side is always facing up. Yeah, it's better control, less risk for injuries or damage to the tissue, like this way. Okay, of course you can use this side too, but it's similar to this one. But this is what we use it for, like this. Okay, that's the general rules.